I just want y'all to see that. I just want y'all to see that. And just know that I work. I work. I put in work. I put my best foot forward every time. That's my new motto. I put my best foot forward. But anyway, boom. To Catch a Predator. My love-hate relationship with To Catch a Predator continues. Interesting show. Great show to show your kids, you know what I mean? To show them the dangers of the internet and to talking and just adding people on social media that they don't know, things like that. Please go through your kids' phones. I don't know how many times I can say that. They are not your friends. They're your children. Go through their phone. Who cares if they get mad at you? But anyway, To Catch a Predator. Oh, that was smooth. To Catch a Predator. Let's go.
Hey, Dale, get your mic turned on. Can't hear you.
It was Sunday afternoon, and we had one more man who was going to show up. And he was coming over to meet a 14-year-old boy.
Wait.
And I believe we had a description of his car. So we see it pull up, and it's an SUV.
He's in the driveway, Dale, but I can't hear you coming back at me. He's backing out now. He's backing out of the driveway. He's backing out of the driveway.
Go home.
Yeah.
Go
Looks like he's
home.
going to park on the street. Can you hear me?
He gets out.
Okay. Let me park on the street, so you know what I mean. If I do happen to make a speedy getaway, boom, I'm already on the street. I can just hop in the car and go. I don't have to reverse. You know what I'm saying? Makes sense. But did they say a 14-year-old boy? This is different. Most of the time you see is women or like little girls that people are being predators for. They're trying to prey upon. You know what I mean? So, is this the first time me reacting to them doing a boy? I don't know.
And goes to the rear panel.
I'm so sick of you.
Pizza stuff that we see these guys bring all the time. Instead, he grabs the hand of his 5-year-old son and leads him out of the car and up the driveway. And I hear Frag saying,
Oh, no. He brought his son with him. He's got his child with him.
apparently, the mother of the...
Whoa. Whoa, this is different. This right here is wow. Call CPS. Imagine he brought his child, bro. You brought your 5-year-old child while you go and meet up to have sex with another 14-year-old boy. And then as the mother of the child, you brought my... I'm going straight to jail, then straight to hell. Because that's not... Wow. You brought your son, dude. You brought your son. I'm so stuck on that. You brought your son. Wow.
While his wife was working that day, he was in charge of the child and figured he'd just bring him along.
He's going up to the front door and he has his child with him.
Go around to the back. This door doesn't open.
He's one of these guys who had a very short online chat, but then on the phone is graphic about what he wants to do.
Making the turn.
And then that little boy don't know what he getting into. That I'm so sick. I'm so disgusted by this. You brought your son, man. This is sick. And then the wife. So this is sick.
In the back door, coming through, walking into the living room, holler up.
And so I'm thinking, all right, how do I handle this? And so he comes in, he's got the kid by the hand, I walk out, and he's startled. I gotta tell you something, and I'm gonna tell you just straight up right now. I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC.
Okay.
We're doing a story on adults eating children. And since you have your child here...
Oh, and yo, wow, this probably, even though, I don't know, what's my earliest memories? My earliest memories was, my mom was pregnant with my little brother, so I was probably around like 3. My earliest memories are 3. So with that being said, you probably gonna remember something like this when you're 5. Your pops is about to go to jail. I wonder if they even have like a relationship at all. I won't. You brought me. You.
You're doing here, don't you?
No, I was just doing take some pollution.
Take a
Say
blast
some.
of what you've been on the
Say
internet.
some.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
My point is, because your child is here, I think it'd be best if you just went ahead and left.
Yeah, I agree. I never gonna do this again.
Right there. You come here. You come here.
Oh
Let go of the child.
yeah. Let him go.
As gently as the female officer scooped him up, he still had to see his father get arrested.
Please give me my son, please.
Nah, bro, that's a different type of sick. That's a different type. I like how they handle that though. We're not gonna interview him. That's a different type of sick. You're a different type of sick to just bring your child. What was the child gonna do if this wasn't this thing, right? Child just gonna sit downstairs and play with his toys while you upstairs taking out somebody else's son? That's a different type of sick.
You got to remember that these guys who work with me on these investigations have done other investigations with me in some of the darkest parts of the world, and they were just blown away. I mean, some of these guys were in tears.
You gotta put your seatbelt on, all right, buddy?
Seatbelt on, buddy.
That's sad, man.
Okay?
It seemed like he was going to set the kid up in a room with a DVD and go do whatever he was going to do with this 14-year-old in another location of the house. It was the lack of intimacy in his marriage that drove him to do this. There was a state investigation to see if the boy...
That don't make no sense. So how does a lack of intimacy between you and your wife make you go look for 14-year-old boys on the internet? Age is completely different. Gender is completely different. I see if you said a woman in her 40s or maybe however old you are, but a 14-year-old boy, that don't even correlate. That makes... I don't want him to... I just literally just sit there and be like, bro, explain that to me, please. I'm not stupid. I'm telling you, I'm not dumb. He wouldn't be... There's no way you can explain that. That makes no sense.
in any way had been abused. Pending that, relatives have told us that at first the boy was living with the mother, then the boy went to go live with other relatives because the mother took the father back in. And that was the situation.
Photo faked Clifford Wallach.
She took him back? I don't get people, bro. Ain't no way. Let my wife take my little 5-year-old daughter to go meet a little 14-year-old girl on the internet. That is I would never take her back. I don't understand. You don't understand everybody's circumstances, but this one, she had to explain that to me. I had to listen to that. Please, everybody got some explaining to do. This don't make no sense. Man, I'm listening. You had to tell me about it. Please. You don't let this man back in our house.
Photofix was a fast mover. At 2:24 in the afternoon, he started chatting online with a decoy posing as a 14-year-old boy. At 3:57, he was parking in front of our home. Wallach actually blames his wife, the woman who's working at a high-end retail store an hour away. He blames his wife because she, he says, in the interrogation, won't have oral sex with him. So he's got...
Wait. So, not only did he go looking for little boys and brought his son, but he blamed you and you still took him back? Stupid. That's... Idiot. Dummy. And you working at a high-end retail, man? I don't know. That could be anything, though. That could be anything. It's yeah, you guys
drive across town and try to hook up with a 14-year-old boy or someone he thinks is a 14-year-old boy. It is absolutely One of the most outrageous things in a long list of outrageous events I have witnessed covering this story. It is absolutely among the most, if not the most outrageous thing I've ever seen in 17 years of investigating predators. This child would have to live outside of the home, away from his mother, because she wanted to stay with him after what he did. And ultimately...
Oh my, the child. I'm not even thinking about that. So ultimately, you picked the husband over your own child. You put that man over your own kid. That's... Wherever the kid is at, I hope he's doing alright, you know what I mean? He's probably still... That's 15 years ago, and he looks like he's about 5, so... He may be about 20 now. I hope he's good. I hope he's cool, but... That sucks. This is different. This one is different.
She went on to have another child with Clifford Wallach. And still, the son had to live at the residence of relatives. Wallach terminated his parental rights for his son. Wallach served his 5 years in the Florida state prison system and then served another 10 years probation. He's not on probation anymore, but he remains on the sex offender registry list for the rest of his life. He is still married to the wife he had at the time of the offense.
Okay, this actually is one of the saddest ones I think I ever listened to. My heart goes out to that little boy. You had another child with this man. I can't come home because he's there, and you had another child with this man. I gotta... Wow. You brought your son. I'm still stuck on that. You brought your son. That's... You had another child with this man. You see, he showed you who he is. He showed you what he's about. You had another kid with him. What about me? You know. Anyway, that's heavy. Anyway, that's gonna be it for my reaction, y'all. If you enjoyed this reaction, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll be back with you guys next time. I'm out.